Hey guys, just want to bring you out here real quickly. I have a lot of eggshells that accumulate over the weeks here that we're using eggs, but I wanted to show you what I do with them. I'm going to pulverize them, and then I'm going to use that to feed the worms and the chickens. All these little eggshells are going to be pulverized, and they're going to become the grit for all those worms that I showed you the other day. I won't show the actual thing just because it's loud and annoying. I don't want to wake up the whole family. They're still asleep here in the morning. But anyway, I wanted to show you. I'll bring you back once I'm done and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, what you can see, I'm out here with the chickens and their chicken feed. This is the eggshells. They've all been pulverized. This is what I do. I mix it in with some of their feed. And then that way, they won't develop a smell for it. The feed smell will take over, and then that way they don't try to eat the eggs. But this is a great way to add calcium, additional calcium, because they do use up a lot when they're building their eggs and making their eggs, and so I figured this is a great way to get extra calcium. Repurpose those eggshells, that way we don't lose them. You guys can add this to your plants, your trees, anything out there that can use this calcium. So this is pulverized. Once the bacteria starts working on it, if it's in the ground, it's going to make it ready, available for all those plants and trees that you're going to fertilize. Anyway, I will bring you back once I get over to the worms and show you how I use this for the worms. Alright guys, so here we are with our 3 worm bins. This is actually a barrel that we've got. I can't remember where we got it, but it was cut in half. It was used to feed, I believe it was some pigs that we had at one point. But here is the red wiggler bin. I'll show you guys again. This is the one we just added all those rabbit pellets. What I'm going to do is add the grit. Now worms need this grit in order to help process, digest their food. Normally there's some grit in all the soil or the rabbit pellets or whatnot. But this just is extra grit, again, calcium for the plants, as they will integrate that in the soil. They will mix everything up and load it with nutrients that our garden and our plants, our trees can use. Let me show you the other one. Here's another bin of red wigglers. Might need some moisture, but I'll mix that in here in a bit. And the newest addition, if you recall, is the European night crawlers. So I'm gonna add some there, but I'm gonna add most of it to this one. This is the bigger bin. I will mix that in real good, and then I'll show you some of the food that we give them as well. So I have here a bunch of vegetable matter that I chopped up and froze overnight. Now what I heard is that freezing it helps it break down, so that way the bacteria and the worms can process it a lot faster. Alright guys, so here's how we mix it in there. You can see it kind of dissipates. It'll disappear in no time. And the worms, they'll be hard at work at this. Here's a whole section of worms. I don't know if you guys can see that. They will definitely get through this. Like I said before, I will bring you guys back after a few weeks and show you guys all those rabbit pellets. They're gonna be gone. Alright, I'll go ahead and add this to the other worms, and then we'll leave them alone for a week or two. Check on them in about a week and see where we're at. The Europeans, this is the ones we want to fatten up. I'm gonna move almost all of it into those. Alright, that way they have plenty of food. There's a lot of worms in there. We mix this up, and the ice, the frozen vegetables, they're gonna add moisture, so I don't need to add any more water in there. Definitely have a lot of moisture in this cardboard, but we'll see how it is. We'll check it after a day or two, making sure that they don't go dry. They need to have moisture in there, obviously. The cardboard is soaking up most of it, but there, that one's mixed up. Now let's go into this one. Mix all this grit up for them. That way they get big and continue to compost for us. You can already start to see that this dirt is becoming really good fertilizer. There's still some of those pellets. I added those 2 days ago. But underneath it all, look at all these castings. This is becoming great manure, worm castings that they call it. And hopefully our garden will grow and produce a lot of food for us this year. As always, questions, comments, list them down below. Criticisms, keep them to yourself.